come to see us when you ready to make that content. Let's go. COC, yeah, in the mastermind click. Got the vibes.
What role does Columbus play in shaping your music and identity as an artist?
A big role. Like, I feel like I'm the people's band, like with the DealBreakers. Like, we the people. I always say we the people's band. And so our identity is definitely influenced by Columbus. Like, one of the most gratifying feelings I get is, you know, not when family comes out. I don't really get a lot of family that comes out, and that's really not my target audience.
Right.
But when I see people I grew up with, childhood friends, middle school friends, high school friends, like that we've become like damn near family, that's like one of the most lasting impressions. Like, the full circle moments is kind of where that Columbus feeling comes in. As far as our actual sound, it's inspired by funk, because go-go is a subgenre of funk, you know, so it's a Latin infused sound where you tie in Latin percussion with the rhythm of funk is R&B and soul. Funk is Ohio, Ohio is funk. Everybody tries to identify the funk sound with the West Coast because they took it and they ran with it as far as making sure they capitalized off of it. But even the West Coast know, like Dayton, Ohio, Cincinnati, like we got the Isaac brothers, we got the OJs, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's more so not even just about a Columbus thing, it's an Ohio sound. And when you tie in a subgenre like go-go with Ohio funk, it's what separates us from other go-go bands, because I've been fortunate to meet a lot of other go-go bands, and they have a distinct rhythm, sound, and then they hear us and they like, man, y'all got a different flavor. You know, we've been kind of like called a go-go fusion band. And, you know, you don't get caught up in the whole name, title, or thing like that. It's just the fact that we're able to separate ourselves because the Ohio influence. Yeah. But as far as like local-wise, the city is definitely the people that we're able to perform in front of, childhood friends, full circle moments. Just this past year, last year, 2025, I did my principal's daughter's wedding. Wow. You know what I mean? So it's like just to be able to see my teachers and my basketball coaches and mentors, and they're able to see me fully thriving in something that even at times when I was like, didn't think it would get to this point, but to actually be at this point and people would be like, I knew this was going to happen. You know, you've been singing all your life, but it's definitely the influence of the people in Ohio funk.
When it comes to your songwriting process, what's that like?
Man, a lot of emotions. Sheesh, like, cause I try to pull from experiences or something that's relatable. So when it comes to my songwriting, really, I try to get a hook, and you know, I'll put the beat on loop. And I try to come up with the hook first, and then once I get the concept of the hook, I try to you know, create a story in my song. So I try to make sure that when people can close their eyes and hear my music, they can almost like see it at the same time as hearing it. So it pulls from a lot of emotions, a lot of mental. There's a lot of times where, you know, I'm writing and I gotta put the pen down. There's a lot of times where just recently, you know, B-Jazz sent me a record, and literally like I'm in the car on the way to pick the kids up, and I was able to like, boom, I wrote 2 verses in 30 minutes. So it's more so about the environment, how I'm feeling, if I'm able to kind of be locked in the room or locked in the space where it's just I'm able to think. But a lot of times, man, I can be at work, you know, and then I come up with a melody or something, and then I'll just start writing. Wow. So it's various things.
What has been the biggest challenge for you as a R&B singer?
Damn, that's a good question. Adapting to the transition of becoming a content creator. I'm in a space right now where in my life where I'm starting to detach from social media. Like I know how to disappear for months at a time. That is like almost a death sentence as an artist when you are creating content, and your viral moment could last 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 years. I mean, we can think about how many different memes, how many sounds, different sounds we use for different clips, like how long they've been able to stick, how quick some of them have been able to go. So it's really just trying to find the time and make the time to be comfortable with constantly creating content, having enough content to create the content, and then just really studying the people that's already in the position from an independent level. Like TikTok has been like a huge tool for me because I'm starting to see like what you have to do as a singer. You just gotta post, and pray and hope that the way you post and how you're able to get those organic follows and likes and engagements, hoping one sticks. And you gotta give something you gotta give something to people that is gonna catch their attention in the first. People say like 5, I say the first 3.
Yeah.
By 3 seconds, like I see the analytics from a lot of my videos, which is why I went from posting minute performances to like people only watching the first 27 seconds.
Yeah.
So, and then you're also creating an element of suspense because now, instead of putting my whole show up, for social media to watch a minute clip, give it 15 seconds and they're going to want more.
Right.
And then now you also have to balance the fact that a lot of people are going live during their performances. They prop their phone up and they go live, and now you're giving people like almost like an inside scoop to the process of doing the show and then in the middle of a show. And yeah, that requires a lot of energy and a lot of time. And it becomes a factor of, are you willing to do it or not? And if you're not willing to do it, then you have to understand that there's a likelihood that the next person that's doing it is going to get that opportunity to be seen and be heard more. So that's the biggest and probably the only thing. And then AI.
Yeah.
AI is really kicking my arse because you got these people that are great prompt writers. You got people that's good at putting a prompt in on the AI app and then they can write a song.
Yeah.
You're not a songwriter. And that's not knocking anybody. That's just what it is. Like, if you're not sitting down and you're not writing the verse, the vamps, the bridges, and then you're not even like, you don't even have to actually arrange your vocals anymore.
Yeah.
You can literally give the song to AI and they will generate a song for you, and then you could recreate it.
Right.
Like, that's crazy because I'm somebody that's actually writing this music. I'm going to record the music. Like, yeah, I'm just trying to find ways to embrace it. It's not much with AI I'm gonna embrace.
Yeah.
But the content creating, I'm definitely gonna lean into. It's just you gotta get a library, a catalog of content that you can post. And the beautiful thing about social media, I will say, is that a lot of the pages, a lot of the like Instagram, you can schedule your posts now. So there's times where, because I got so much going on outside of music, where I can sit down on a Sunday or maybe at work when when it's not busy, and I can schedule 7, 8 reels and 3 posts, and boom, I can let it post itself, go back to engage when I have the time. But it's time consuming, definitely time consuming.
When it comes to like the modern day R&B, are you a fan of it?
Yeah. I think you have to look. I used to be that person that felt like, man, ain't nobody making good R&B, and it's not true. We literally have the power in our hands because we have phones. Because of streaming, because of social media, we are able to hear people that I never in a million years would have thought I'd been able to hear.
Yeah.
As far as what mainstream R&B is doing, I think it's dumbed down, it's watered down for a long time now, and it's not to blame him, but really since the emergence of Chris Brown, that's when R&B started to die down because of the fact that it's not Chris Brown in the sense of what he's doing, it's the sound of R&B. It's become pop infused. So it's more pop. But I think that there's been a lot of artists birthed from the Erykah Badus, the Maxwells, the Jill Scotts. There's a lot of artists from that tree. Brandy is another one. Tank is another one. D'Angelo. There's a lot of artists that people are being inspired by, and you can hear it in the music.
Yeah.
So it really takes time for you to go, look it up. There's various playlists that you can actually go look up. But I think the music is it's in a space of, it's almost like the Renaissance era.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a rebirth happening with vulnerability coming back to music. I think that's one thing that's really lacking is because we done took bridges out of songs. I think we realized that people's attention spans are, the average song is 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's really not much that you can do within a song without having to put a lot of colors and add a lot of stuff in your vocals to, and I'm not talking about auto-tune, it's just more so the arrangements. It's, having to be able to have the right sound to keep somebody's ear for 2.5 minutes. Because I grew up in the era where songs was 7 minutes.
Right.
I remember when R&B albums was 21 tracks.
Yeah, with a gospel song at the end.
Yeah, and now the standard with music is anything past 10 songs is a waste.
Yeah.
And that's insane. But it's also, it is what it is. Right. You know what I mean? So you just gotta find ways to just, look for the right artists. I have a playlist. I have 2 playlists of R&B music. One is male driven, the other one is female driven. And I could tell you the last 40 songs are probably by artists that I've come across on TikTok.
Wow.
And they just have music that sticks. And it's...
That's how I found Alex Isley.
Oh my gosh.
Fire.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Alex, I love you, baby. Alex Isley is a nut. She is... Alex Isley, of course, her... trying to figure out, her name is Jordan. I don't know what her last name is. I don't have my phone out, but it's some dope, Masego. It's some dope ass R&B, man. And I really appreciate it. And I also got to take the moment real quick to really shed light on the females in the R&B game right now. I feel like everything that they dropping is torpedo. Even Summer Walker.
Yeah.
People may not like her because of her image and how it's changed and how they perceive her. But I'm going to tell you right now, man, from a music perspective, I'm still listening to Unloyal with her and Ari Lennox. Her music is amazing. You could tell that it has live instrumentation elements. It's out there, man. You just gotta go look for it and don't be lazy. And I'm probably sound like an old head when I say this, but anything mainstream media is pushing, try to go the other way. Try to go the other way. I was that kid in high school where everybody, I remember my sophomore year, that's when Lupe Fiasco, The Cool dropped. And man, I was walking around, Food and Liquor. I was listening to Food and Liquor at that time. I wasn't hip to The Cool. I think The Cool was 07, I might believe, or 08, I forget. But I was listening to Lupe Fiasco, and I used to walk around listening to Kick Push. Like, I had the CD Walkman, and, like, everybody was in the mixtape lane. You know, Squad Up mixtapes with Lil Wayne, and I was listening to it because I was in the hood, so we always listening to, you know, the mixtapes. But my brother, my big brother, he was the one that kind of, like, he was listening to Common, Kanye West. Like, he was listening to hip-hop, Talib Kweli, Mos Def. So I started kind of like pulling from what he was listening to, and I'm like, man, this is dope. This is hip hop, and that's when I kind of started doing what R&B is. Like, yeah, everybody talking about the single, but the B-side records is actually better than the single.
Yeah.
They just needed something to catch your attention. When you dive into a lot of albums, like my favorite R&B album is like one of them is Sex, Love, Pain by Tank. And Sex, Love, Pain 2. Like, that intro, Sex, Love, Pain 2, is probably the greatest intro ever to an R&B album. But he got music that, like, didn't even get promoted on Sex, Love, Pain that's, like, 10 times better than Please Don't Go. And that's hard to say because Please Don't Go is Please Don't Go.
Yeah.
So you just got to look, man. Just got to look.